What if I told you that getting rich isn't about working harder, finding the perfect stock, or catching a lucky break? It's a mind game, and you've likely been playing with a set of rules that are holding you back from winning. You've probably followed the standard advice: save what you can, try to stick to a budget, and work long hours. Yet, you feel like you're on a hamster wheel watching other people find the financial freedom you're working so hard for. It leaves you wondering, what on earth do they know that I don't? The answer has less to do with their bank accounts and more to do with their mindset. Our brains are wired by our experiences, creating subconscious beliefs about money that often limit our potential. But here's the good news: our brains are also incredibly adaptable. Through a process called neuroplasticity, we can literally form new connections and rewire our minds for financial success. Today, we're digging into the psychological tricks that millionaires use to overcome self-doubt and build wealth. These aren't complicated financial strategies. They're simple, powerful mental shifts that can reprogram your brain for success. Stick around, and I'll show you exactly how to start tricking your own brain into building wealth. The first, and maybe the most important, trick is a basic shift in perception. Most of us are conditioned to see problems. We focus on obstacles, risks, and all the reasons something won't work. Faced with an economic downturn, we see layoffs and scarcity. When a business idea comes up, we immediately list the ways it could fail. This is a defensive mindset, a brain wired for survival and avoiding risk at all costs. Millionaires, on the other hand, train their brains to do the complete opposite. They actively look for opportunities, understanding that the biggest ones are often disguised as problems. They practice what psychologists call cognitive reframing, the skill of changing your perspective to see a situation in a more useful way. Where others see a crisis, they see a shift in the market and new needs to be met. A customer complaint isn't a problem, it's free market research pointing to a gap they can fill. This isn't about just being blindly optimistic. It's a strategic mental habit. They just ask different questions. Instead of, what could go wrong? They ask, what could go right? Or, if this were an opportunity, what would it look like? This proactive mindset lets them take calculated risks because their focus is on the potential reward, not just the danger. How you handle failure is a huge predictor of your financial ceiling. For most people, failure is deeply emotional. It brings up feelings of shame and inadequacy, reinforcing the idea that, I'm not cut out for this. It feels like a final verdict on their abilities, a stop sign telling them to give up. This fear of failing keeps them from taking the exact risks needed for major growth. Millionaires use a powerful psychological trick to get around this. They intentionally separate their identity from the results of their efforts. A failure isn't a personal tragedy, it's just data. Elon Musk didn't see exploding rockets as proof that he was a failure. He saw them as priceless data on how to build a rocket that doesn't explode. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx, has shared that her dad used to ask at the dinner table, "What did you fail at today?" This simple question reframed failure from something shameful into a sign of effort and progress. They see failure as the price of admission for success. It's just part of the process. This mental trick does two things. First, it disarms the fear that paralyzes most people. Second, it creates a fast learning cycle. Try, fail, analyze the data, adjust, and try again. While others are stuck feeling ashamed, millionaires are already moving on to the next version, armed with new information. They understand that you either win or you learn. Our brains are hardwired for instant rewards. When you buy a new gadget or go out for a fancy dinner, your brain releases dopamine, a chemical that makes you feel good. This creates a powerful loop. You crave that feeling, so you look for more instant gratification. A poor mindset is often trapped in this cycle, trading long-term wealth for short-term pleasure. It's choosing one marshmallow today over two tomorrow. Millionaires don't necessarily have more willpower, they just play the game differently. They learn to delay gratification not by pure resistance, but by rewiring what gives them that dopamine hit. They learn to get that feel-good rush from the process of building wealth, not just from spending it. They find real satisfaction in watching their investment portfolio grow, closing a new deal, or seeing their business hit a new milestone. They track their progress and celebrate small wins along the way. Each time a savings goal is met or their net worth goes up, their brain gets that rewarding hit of dopamine, which reinforces the habits of saving and investing. They treat money as a tool, not a trophy. Instead of asking, "What can I buy with this to feel good right now?" they ask, "How can I put this money to work so it makes more money for my future?" They detach their money from their ego and connect it to their long-term vision. This simple trick automatically shifts their financial behavior from consumption to accumulation. If these psychological tricks are starting to click and you're feeling a little shift in your own thinking, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. It tells YouTube you're getting value from this and helps our Wealth Saga channel create more content to empower your financial journey. Most people rely on motivation to get things done. We wait until we feel like working out, saving money, or learning something new. The problem? Motivation is an emotion, and emotions are unreliable. Relying on it is a recipe for inconsistency. Millionaires get this. Instead of waiting for inspiration to strike, they trick their brains into action by building non-negotiable daily rituals. They don't just have goals, they have systems. A 5-year study of self-made millionaires found that they credit their success to the daily habits they built. Many wake up early, not just for more time, but to intentionally set the tone for the day before distractions take over. Their morning routines often include things like journaling, meditation, exercise, or reviewing their goals. This isn't just to feel good. It's strategic. Exercise boosts mental clarity. Journaling provides focus. Reviewing goals activates the part of your brain that hones in on what's important. By knocking out these small, intentional acts first thing, they start the day with a series of wins, building momentum for bigger challenges. They automate success. For instance, many self-made millionaires read at least 2 books a month on topics like self-improvement. Reading isn't something they do when they have time, it's part of their identity. By turning these actions into automatic habits, they save their willpower and mental energy for high-level thinking. Their success isn't an accident, it's the natural result of a well-designed daily system. Your brain is constantly being programmed by your surroundings, especially by the people you spend time with. If you're around people with a scarcity mindset, who complain about the economy and resent others' success, your brain will soak up those attitudes like a sponge. It's like trying to stay dry in a rainstorm. Millionaires are very aware of this, so they use another trick. They intentionally engineer their environment. They understand you become the average of the people you associate with most. They don't leave their social circle to chance. They actively seek out relationships with other positive, successful people. They join mastermind groups, find mentors, and go to industry events to surround themselves with people who will challenge and elevate their thinking. This isn't about being elitist, it's about psychological growth. Being around people who see opportunities and act despite fear makes that behavior feel normal and achievable. Beyond just people, they also curate their information diet. They know that what you consume shapes how you think. So, they consciously limit their exposure to negativity and drama from the news and social media. Instead, they feed their minds with books, podcasts, and content that align with their goals. They protect their focus like it's their most valuable asset, because it is. They aren't passive consumers of their environment, they are the architects of it. So, the tricks that millionaires use aren't about some secret financial formula. It's all about rewiring the brain that makes your decisions. First, they reframe problems as opportunities. Second, they treat failure as valuable data, not a personal defeat. Third, they hack their reward system to get more joy from saving than from spending. Fourth, they build automated daily habits that make success an inevitable byproduct of their routine. And finally, they architect their environment to support their goals. The real message here is that wealth is an inside job. It starts in your mind, not your bank account. The biggest thing holding most people back isn't their income or their background, it's the hidden programming that's running their life. If you're ready to break free from that old programming, start by putting just one of these tricks into practice today. And to go even deeper, be sure to watch our next video on Wealth Saga, where we expose the 3 biggest money lies you were taught as a child. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss it, and share this video with someone who you think needs to hear this. Thanks for watching.